In this video, we will understand the difference between rational numbers and irrational numbers. Rational numbers can be written in a form of fraction like p over q, where denominator, which is q, cannot be a zero. Remember that rational number can be a fractional values, negative or positive both, or can be a decimal values, negative and positive both. Same as irrational numbers are those numbers which you cannot write in a form of any fraction. You cannot write in a form of any fraction, but it involves decimals. And we have to identify what type of decimal numbers can be a rational or irrational. Let's take a start. Repeating decimals, or you can say that recurring decimals. Recurring decimal sounds like a reoccurring. Remember that. Reoccurring means repeating, means follow a pattern. As we are talking about the decimals, so yes, we have to check what type of pattern they are talking about. Let's have an example. 8 upon 9. Once you will divide it, you will get the answer 0.888. Continued, repeating, and non-stop, right? It's non-stop. So it means what? It means it will be non-stop. You cannot stop it. It will be repeating all of the time, but it must follow a pattern. Pattern means, as you can observe here, 8 digit, 8 is repeating. 8 is repeating second time, third time, means once you are dividing that number, you can observe it will be not terminating. You cannot terminate it. You will get the remainder all of the time. So in this situation, how can you write this number? You can write 0.8, the number which is repeating, you can put a bar above 1. So it is a rational number. Remember that. Let's have more examples. Suppose I am writing a number 13 upon 11. Okay, once I am dividing this number, so I will get the answer 1.1818. 18. I can keep on writing, but it means it is not finished. It will be continued, but with a pattern. What is the pattern? Pattern means 18. The number coming or repeating after the decimal point is 18. So it means I will write it as 1.18 and I will put a bar above on both digits, because these both digits are repeating. And remember, this is a rational number, right? Okay. Let's have one more example. 3 upon 7. 3 upon 7. Once you are dividing this number, you will write it like 0.428,571. 428,571. You will getting the same answer again and again, because this whole pattern is repeating. As you know, this is repeating or recurring decimal, so it will be reoccurred. That whole pattern will reoccur again and again while division. So it means that this is a a rational number, and you can write it in this form: 0.428571. The number, the pattern, you have to write it once and put a bar above 1. So it shows you what? It shows you it is a rational number. Let's understand now non-repeating decimals. Non-repeating decimals means not finished, not terminated. Like repeating decimals also not terminated, not terminating decimals. So it means non-repeating decimals are called non-reoccurring too. Or you can say does not follow a pattern. What is similar in both of them? Similarity is they both are non-stop. What does it mean? Means non-terminating. But where is the difference between? The difference is they follow a pattern, but they don't. Let's have some examples. Pi. Can you write this pi as a fraction? No. As you know, while calculation, you just need to use a calculator to get the value of this pi. That will be 3.14159 and continued. First of all, they are non-stop. You can observe it's non-stop. And second, they does not follow a pattern. Means the values comes after the decimal point will not be having any type of pattern like repeating decimals, like reoccurring decimals or recurring decimals. Means they were having different type of patterns, sometimes single digit, sometimes 2 digit, sometimes a whole set. But in this situation, they will not follow any pattern. So it means they are irrational number. The both are non-stop, non-terminating, but they follow a pattern, they don't. Let's have some more examples like under root 3. The value of under root 3 is 1.7328 and continued. As you know, it's continued. As you know, it's continued and non-stop. Also, you came to know the decimal points coming, the all values coming after decimal points are not following any pattern. Means they are different in values. They will not repeat themselves. So that's why you cannot convert this decimal point or this decimal value or number into a fraction. So that's why you can say they are irrational numbers. Similarly, you can write more examples. But the difference between both of them is they both are non-stop. Remember that. They both are non-stop. This one also is non-stop. This one is also non-stop. But they follow a pattern. Means after decimal point, they must be having some repeating numbers. And in this situation, they are also non-stop. Means they are continued. They cannot stop. But they do not follow any pattern because after decimal point the number comes will be different. They will not repeat in a form of any pattern. Let's explore few more types, and that is terminating decimals. As the name is showing you something, terminate means they will stop somewhere. They will stop somewhere. Let's have few examples. 5 upon 8. Once you are dividing this number, you can get the answer. You can get the answer like 0.625, and definitely you will get 0 as a remainder. So that's why you can say they will terminate. They will not in a continuing any. They are not reoccurring any decimal number or value. So it means that they will be. It means that this is called. It means that they call terminating decimals, right? And you can convert it into a fractional form. So it means that these are also called rational numbers. Okay, let me give you some more examples. 3 upon 4. Once you are dividing 3 and 4, you will get the answer 0.75, and definitely it will be, definitely you will get 0 as a remainder, means you can terminate the values. So in this situation, decimal point will not be continued, they will be stopped somewhere. So it means terminating decimals are called rational numbers. There is an important point. Remember that how can you identify the terminating decimals? That is very much easy. If the denominator value is a multiple of 2, or 5, 2 or 5, so it means your decimal value will be a terminating decimal. You can terminate it. You can completely divide the number. Means you will get 0 as a remainder. Okay, let's close this topic. So rational numbers are those numbers which you can write in a form of fraction, and it involves few decimal numbers also. And how can you identify the decimal numbers? Repeating decimals will be a part of rational numbers. As you know, they follow the pattern and they continue, they don't terminate, right? And terminating decimals are part of rational numbers. They terminate somewhere and they can be write in a form of fraction. And same as irrational number, which it means you cannot write in a form of fraction, but they involve few decimal numbers. How can we identify them? We can identify by having non-repeating number, means non-reoccurring or recurring. It means they do not follow any pattern, like any value which you cannot determine as a fraction. So it means you can say they are called irrational numbers.